What I'm about to share with you guys today are fatal mistakes that you as a creator or influencer could be making that could really hurt your business. Now, as someone who has a community of creators, I've always say I had literally seen it all. And one of the most fatal flaws I think creators can enter is signing a poor contract. Now, I recently just did a video all about things to watch out for in an influencer or creator contract, terms that brands may be sneaking in. If you're interested in that topic, I'll go ahead and link that video below so you can watch it after you watch this video. But the first thing is the contract, because here's the thing, when you're first getting started and you're excited about working with brands, you're pumped. You just want to get paid, right? So you're like, okay, I'll just get that contract, sign it, whatever, maybe not even fully read it. And this is the fatal flaw, because you could be giving away your rights, ownership to your content, letting brands run ads to your content, basically leaving thousands and thousands of dollars on the table and not knowing how your content is being used. So this is one of the biggest flaws that you may be making as a creator who's just getting started. The rest of the things I'm going to be covering in this video, whether you're a newbie creator, new influencer, or more advanced, go ahead and give this video a like so I know to keep creating this type of content for you guys. That it basically lets me know that you're influencers, you're creators, you want more, and that way we can keep producing more. Now, another fatal mistake you may make, especially towards the beginning, is aligning with a brand that does not align with you. So what do I mean by that? Again, in the beginning, you're hungry. You want to work with brands, you want to get paid. So you may say yes to things that you don't really wish you said yes to, right? In retrospect. So maybe that's a brand whose missions and values don't align with yours. And not only does it decrease like authenticity with you and your audience and shows that you're just going to take like whatever brand deal kind of comes your way, it also aligns with them, right? So like if you align with a brand that has positive brand credibility, that positive brand credibility trickles to you. But if you partner with a brand that does not, that negative credibility also kind of leans into you. It's something that, especially as you're building community and trust, you're going to want to stay away from. Now, if you are a creator, influencer, interested in paid brand deals, that is what I do here at Sidewalker Daily. It's literally what I eat, breathe, and sleep. And I have free live trainings all the time. They are fun. They are live. People love them. Tons of comments, tons of great energy on these calls. So make sure you join us to our next call. I will leave the link below. A huge fatal flaw, and gosh, I have seen this one happen and it really kills me, is in the beginning, buying fake followers. It's just a big no for so many reasons. It's going to hurt you down the road. It's going to hurt you from an algorithm standpoint because those fake followers are not going to engage with you. It's going to hurt you from a brand partnership standpoint because brands have all these vetting tools now in place to see that this is, you have a lot of fraudulent accounts following you. So cool as it may look to have a bunch of followers, if it's not real, how is that going to make you feel at the end of the day? And I think this is something that will absolutely come out, will hurt your business, and you see it time and time again. I had someone in the inner circle tell me recently, they saw a creator buy likes, and she showed me exactly how she was able to identify that this creator was buying likes. And it blew my mind. And I'm now thinking to myself, wow, like how embarrassing for that creator that now we all know she buys her likes, right? So when you start buying fake likes, buying fake followers, these are things that are get rich quick schemes. They do not build true community. They do not build true influence. And you want to stay away from doing things like that. Now, something I've gotten asked often is, what about boosting my posts? I had a TikToker that was paying to boost all her TikToks. Is this a fatal flaw? Here's the thing. I kind of see boosting posts as kind of like a steroid, right? You kind of get addicted to it and you feel like you can't grow organically without it. Then you're just kind of stuck. You're like, I'm not growing without it. And it's really hard to pull away once you start. I have seen businesses use budget towards boosting posts, and I think that's a little bit different. But again, as an influencer creator, I would just stay away from this in the beginning. I wouldn't allocate my funds to boosting content in the beginning. Another fatal mistake that this is probably a lot of more advanced creators are making, not just the newbies, is ignoring your analytics. I can't tell you the amount of creators I work with that have hundreds of thousands of followers. They don't even know their analytics. They're not in their check-in. They don't know how many shares they have or saves, or unique views, impressions. They have no idea. They just have that sitting there. And here's the thing, when you ignore your analytics, it's kind of a sign that you're not treating this as a business. Again, when you are an influencer or someone who is trying to build true community, your analytics are big clues as to how your content is doing, how your audience resonates with you, who your audience is. Even here on YouTube, I'm able to see so much great information about my audience, things that they want to see. It helps me create better content. So ignoring your analytics is a huge mistake that you are making. It can hurt your business. Another thing that can hurt you as a creator is not engaging. Truly is not putting in the engagement. So many creators want growth, but so many creators are lacking that engagement with their audience, responding to comments, responding to DMs, actively engaging with similar accounts, putting in that effort. By just kind of like not engaging, not only are you hurting the algorithm, right, which loves to see you engage on content that you're producing, but you're also just showing your community you're not really invested in them. I had an influencer I spoke to the other day, 400,000 followers. You know what she told me? She said, the best part of my job and the most tiring part of my job is getting in my DMs. I go, well, why didn't you hire someone to do it? She was like, no, I want to do them all. So it just shows that, not engaging, not really giving your audience that attention they deserve, big mistake, especially if you're trying to build true community. Now, another thing I'll say that especially when you're starting off as a creator, you're not maybe thinking about big picture, big revenue streams. I think a lot of creators, as they grow, they fail to diversify their revenue streams, right? So I will be frank here at Sidewalker Daily, and this is because I have the data to prove it. I've seen that the way influencers are making the most of their money, a creator that I know that makes close to $1 million a year in brand deals, she just straight up told me, Nina, 80 to 90% of my money comes from brand partnerships. It's the highest paying stuff. It is how I make a living. So of course, I am team brand deals because I think it's just the biggest bang for your buck. And that's what I teach, coach, have membership communities on, have courses on. It's all about pitching, right? But as a business owner, I'm not going to tell you that's all you should do because I know myself that you have to have multiple revenue streams. So as someone who loves pitching, I would also say, hey, influencer creator, diversify your revenue streams. Think about monetization. Think about other ways that you want to monetize. Maybe it's through affiliates, or maybe it's through consulting, or maybe it's through content services, whatever. The sky's the limit. But you don't just want to depend on one because that's when things get scary. Huge fatal flaw, huge mistake. If you've made it this far, you're in luck. Overlooking legalities. So a lot of times creators, again, I'm not going to get caught. Like, it's not a big deal. I don't need to disclose this sponsored post or this gifted collab. So they don't. And here's the thing, as the influencer and creator economy booms and continues to take off, you are going to see not only an uptick in money in this industry, but an uptick in surveillance. The FTC, Federal Trade Commission, is on top of it. That's their job, right? To protect consumers from shady business practices, especially when you're starting off. You want to make sure you get in the habit of disclosing, not only just from a legal perspective, but building that business muscle, so that you are doing this from the start of your business. Another thing that could really harm you as a creator, new, advanced, old, just starting, whatever, is inconsistent posting. I'd rather have you tell me you are posting once a week and be consistent with that one video a week than all over the place. 2 videos one week, none the other. The inconsistency does not build trust. Your audience does not look at you as dependable. So even if you have to start small and commit to something small, make a commitment to the content you want to bring to the table. Be consistent with your posting schedule. Now, another thing that I've seen creators do is they get hyped and they make promises to their audiences. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and then they don't do it. So this idea of over-promising and under-delivering is something that is going to set you up to fail, potentially hurt your business, break trust with your audience. They are watching your steps. Authenticity is one thing. Like if you come on and make a promise and then tell your audience, listen guys, I wasn't able to do it. That's cool. That's human. But just kind of ghosting them or not bringing it up or just kind of like, people are aware. And especially when you're on social media, making sure that your audience trusts you is one of the most important qualities because it shows you don't need to get a bunch of views. But if the views that you get are views of people who trust you, that is where the golden goose egg lies. And lastly, making sure you are focusing on quality. Quality. Now guys, quality doesn't mean it has to be shot professionally or it has to be the best video ever. Look at my videos. They're quite simple, quite straightforward, but they're well researched, right? So that's quality for us. Quality for you may mean something else, but making sure you always do whatever it is that you do with excellence, right? I had an Instagrammer the other day. She had the photo, the text was off frame, it was sloppy, it was messy, and it wasn't with the spirit of excellence. Now, excellence is different than perfectionism. Perfectionism is not even posting the video. Doing things with excellence is just making sure that the things that you post, whether it's a thumbnail or your content, that you are doing it with excellence, because your audience will start to learn that, you take it seriously, you take it professionally, and then brands can also tell, hey, this person cares in how they present, they care in what they post. And that signals to someone on the brand side, someone like me, that, you're serious about this. This is a profession for you, not a hobby. And that makes brands want to pay you more. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed my recap on these fatal mistakes to not make, especially when you're just getting started. Let me know what you think of today's video in the comments below. I want to hear from you, and I will see you in the next video.